and we all, in our school days, in our college days, we know the definition of democracy. Democracy means, the Abraham Lincoln has given the definition, government of the public, of the people, for the people, by the people. But is it true? And especially if we talk about India or the countries, especially the Asian countries or in Africa or in America also, is it true that in democracy, we the people are actually electing a representative? If I talk about India, actually the definition is government of the party, for the party, by the party. Because obviously we are bound to elect or choose the candidate given by a particular political party. Suppose if I like a particular party A, but if I don't like the candidate given by that party, what choice I have, or what choice is left with us? For example, the candidate given by B party is better, or I feel that the B party candidate should become my representative. But I don't like the ideology of that B party or the policies of that B party. I like the candidate of the B party and I like the ideology of A party, then what should I do? So in India and in other countries also, at present, it's not the government of the people, for the people, by the people. By and large, it's government of the party, for the party, by the party. And we all have studied in our school days in civics. There are 3 pillars of democracy. Do you know the 3 pillars? And nowadays, we also notice that some people are saying there are 4 pillars of democracy. And I'm not here going to talk about that 4th one. As you all know the level of that 4th one. That 4th pillar used to be considered as media. But nowadays, it's wastage of time to talk about that media, and especially again in India and in some other countries, the situation of media is worse. But is it true that democracy has 3 pillars? It's a big lie. Actually, democracy has only 1 pillar. And I want to take you back in your civics class, 6th, 7th class, the 3 pillars of democracy. The name? Number 1 is legislature. Judiciary is the last one. Legislature. Number 2, executive. And number 3, judiciary. What do you mean by legislature? Legislature includes the representative of the public, the member of parliament, member of legislative assemblies of the different states. And according to constitution, and when I am saying constitution, constitution of India, but you may consider the constitution of your country also, the role of the legislature is to make the law. And the role of executive is to implement that law. And the role of judiciary is to take care if some mishappening is going on, or some wrong laws made by the executives or these legislatures, and if executives are not implementing them in better way, then we can go into the judiciary. But what actually happening? We have to understand in democracy who is making the laws. The duty of legislature is to make the law, but at present what's going on? And not in India, worldwide what's going on? Who is actually making the laws? It's not the legislature who are making the laws. It's actually the executive body who is making the laws. The public representative, MPs, MLAs, have very little power, or you can say no power in making laws. The laws are made by the government, the cabinet ministers, and not by the ministers of the government, by the bureaucrats. Those bureaucrats who has to implement those laws, they are actually drafting the bill. And they are giving bill to the cabinet or the ministers, and ministers are representing those bills in parliament. And that is also a formality. Because if a party has the majority in both the houses in India, then that law can be passed easily. And sometimes the laws pass even without any discussion or debate. And executive has the power to make the laws. According to Constitution, executive has only power to implement the law. But nowadays, they are making the laws. And they are the authority to implement the laws. And in civics class also again, I want to take you back in your school days or in your college days. Why these 3 pillars of democracy explained to us? Because there should remain separation of power. If one pillar or one institution corrupted or corrupt people enter into that, then it should not affect the other two. But now, as I have said earlier, that executives are making the laws, and if wrong people enter into that, then they will recruit wrong people as bureaucrats or as officers. And earlier, in past years or in India, when we don't like a particular judge or the government or the people in power don't like a particular judge or the judgment of a particular judge, what they used to do? They used to transfer their judge. They used to change their judge. But nowadays, it's new India. What they do? They don't transfer the judge, they eliminate the judge. And we all have the example of Judge Loya with us. If they don't like a particular judge or if they don't like a particular judgment, they don't even give the space to transfer that judge, they eliminate him or her. And this is happening on daily basis. And worldwide, right now, the one girl has shown that presentation of Iran, hijab. On the name of democracy, these things are happening worldwide. And just for the namesake, they are saying we are a democratic country. But is it democracy? Although in Constitution, it's mentioned in few articles, Article 48, Article 112, that there should be separation of power. But actually, on ground, there is no separation of power. These all 3 pillars club together, and there is only one pillar. And if a particular party or particular person who has corrupt intention or who want to do something, some wrongdoing, enter into any of these, then can affect these 2. And there is one big flaw in this democratic system. The people to whom we elect as member of legislative assembly or as member of parliament, they don't even have the right to say what is right, what is wrong in parliament. Because there is a law, and that law is anti-defection law. What that law says, if you are the representative of a particular party, although you are the public representative, but party has the right to announce a whip. And once the whip has announced by the party, then you are bound to follow that whip. Whatever be your opinion, that hardly matters, you have to support the opinion given by your party. Suppose on a particular topic, you have a different opinion than the opinion of your political party. But as a public representative, as a member of parliament or member of state legislative assembly, you don't have right to raise your voice. And if you do so, your membership will be cancelled. Although you are public representative, it's people of your constituency who are electing you, but you don't even have the right to speak about your constituency people, what they want, what their rights, what is good for them, what is not good for them. You don't have any right. And this is happening around the world, not in India. This whip concept is around the world. That's why I'm saying that we are not electing public representative, actually we are electing party representative, and we are bound to elect a particular person given by a particular political party because we are following certain ideologies, certain ideas, thoughts. One, again a big drawback, and I have to complete within next 5 minutes, because I am famous in public sphere or political sphere about not only talking about problems but also giving solutions. And my main focus always remain to give solutions. So in next 5 minutes, I would like to give solutions also. But one more thing, which I want to tell you about this big lie that democracy has 3 plus. In public domain, generally we discuss that we have the power to vote, but actually the political parties, and according to Indian Constitution, the political party does not exist. There is no role of political party. Actually, we have Representation of People's Act. We don't have Party Representation Act. But these political parties hijack, and we, the people of India, we, the voters of India, actually convert into the supporter of a particular party and particular political leader or particular ideology. And this is the biggest drawback. As Babasaheb Ambedkar in Constitution Assembly said at that time, the role of the citizen is give your vote, support your candidate, support your party, support your ideology, and sit into the opposition. Being citizen of the country, your right is to be in opposition. Ask the questions. Whenever a bill is passed in parliament or in state legislative assembly, without debate, ask the questions. Whether you like that political party or the leader, it hardly matters. At least ask the questions. Whenever these public representatives, after every 5 years, they have to come at your doorstep, ask them what they did in the last 5 years, what they promised in their manifesto, what they did, what they are going to do in next 5 years. And if citizen of India or citizen of any country start asking questions, this one thing can make a big difference. But the problem is, we are afraid. I don't know why we are afraid. Although we are, on paper, we are free country, we are a democratic country, we have the right to speak, we have all the freedoms given in Constitution, but why we are not using those powers? And in my opinion, if every citizen just start asking questions to their representatives, then things will change. Because as in my introduction, you have seen that I'm a political trainer. I'm the first and only political trainer of India. I have trained more than 5,000 political leaders of different political parties. At present, I am working for different political parties, political leaders. And across the political parties, my students are working. They are working at state level as well as at national level. And my role is to develop their self-confidence so that they can ask questions within the party and outside the party sphere also. And being citizen of India, being the youth of country, the future of the country, it's your duty now. Ask the questions. Sometimes the people may consider you a fool. Sometimes people may consider you that you are indulging in such things which are not necessary for you. But ask the questions because it's about your future. It's about our generation. And sometimes people say to me when I meet them, especially the young generation, "Sir, I am not interested in politics. I don't take interest in politics." So I just want to inform you all, whether you take part in politics or take interest in politics or not, it hardly matters. Politics is taking interest in you. Politics is taking interest in your religion, in your caste. The politics will decide everything. How much fee you will pay in this IIM, the politics decide. What courses, who teaches you, decided by the politics. Everything decided by politics. And if you know you will not take part in politics, what will happen? The public, the people of India or across the world has only 2 options. In any democratic country, public has only 2 options. Either you are the part of politics or you are the victim of politics. Now it's your choice what you want to be. And it's better to be the part of politics than to be the victim of it. So, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I want to speak about at least half an hour, but as and my strength is Hindi actually. You have seen in my videos, and you can follow me on Facebook, on YouTube. A 250,000 people follows me on YouTube. More than 9 lakh people follows me on Facebook. Around the world, more than 50 countries people listening me worldwide. So next time, whenever I'll get time, definitely I'll speak in detail about democracy.
Anybody has a very quick question for him?
Yes, please.
Any quick
I'm open
question?
for that.
Any comment? I mean, after the class, you are free to engage with him at a personal level, but any